there and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making kitch-er-ee. Kitch-er-ee is a soothing stew made with basmati rice, lentils, ghee, spices, and sometimes vegetables that has been revered as a healing food in India since ancient times for its wonderful virtue of being extremely easy to digest. It also happens to be extremely tasty as well as very easy to make. It's also versatile. It can be made with different grains, different lentils, different spices, and with vegetable add-ins and toppings. Meat isn't needed in the meal because it's already a complete vegetarian protein. Now, people with digestive issues especially appreciate how good kitch-er-ee makes them feel. Kitch-er-ee is the chicken soup of India and the congee of China. It's recommended for children, the elderly, the ill, and for anyone who's looking to support their health with real, home-cooked food. The health benefits of kitch-er-ee are many. It soothes an irritated digestive tract, it's anti-inflammatory and alkaline, mildly cleansing, it's high in fiber, yet very low in fat, and still incredibly satisfying. So would you like to make kitch-er-ee? I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. To make a basic kitch-er-ee, you'll need moong dal, basmati rice, ghee, and some spices. So here I've got some moong dal, and I've been soaking it in cold water, and I'm going to give it a rinse. Can you see those bubbles in there? That's what you want to rinse off. Most of the bubbles are gone now, and I've drained out most of the water. So next you want to add in your basmati rice. So I've measured out 1/3 of a cup, and I'm going to add that in. Next, we are adding 2 teaspoons of ghee. Then we want to add some spices. So I'm going to put 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, coriander, powdered cumin, and powdered fennel seed. And then we're going to add our water, and that's going to go in the Instant Pot. All right, so in that goes. And then we'll place the lid, and then we'll turn it on. So the pressure cook button is right here. It says pressure cook, and if you see on the screen, it says more. If you push pressure cook again, it'll actually say less. And then it says normal, and then it says more. So more is actually high pressure, and that's what you want. So after you set pressure cook, you want to select your timer. In this case, we actually want 8 minutes. And once you set your timer, that's all you have to do. You just walk away. In just a couple seconds, it's going to beep. And it's going to display on. And once it gets up to that high pressure setting, it's going to beep again. And at that point, you will see the number of minutes that you selected for the cooking time showing on the screen. And so you will see 8. At that point, it's going to start counting down. While the kitch-er-ee is cooking, let's take a closer look at the main ingredients. This here is moong dal. Moong dal is tiny and yellow in color. And moong dal is the most commonly used dal for kitch-er-ee. The split form is preferred because it cooks faster and it's the easiest to digest. I want you to understand that moong dal is the split and hulled form of the mung bean. So the two are actually the same thing. Whole mung beans are these tiny moss-colored looking beans, and they are used in kitch-er-ee as well. In fact, I have a wonderful recipe for kitch-er-ee with moong dal on the Buttered Veg website, and I will share it in a link below. Now, moong dal is cited in ancient Vedic texts, which are 5,000 years old, as the king of dal for its superb digestibility and balancing properties. So if you're someone who has trouble digesting beans and lentils, then moong dal and mung beans are going to be your best choice. Now, if you want to experiment and you have yellow lentils or red lentils in your cupboard right now, you can use those and they will break down and get mushy, which is what you want. So basmati rice is our next ingredient. Ayurveda recommends white basmati rice for regular consumption because it's easy to digest with a relatively low glycemic index. Although white rice might have fewer nutrients than brown rice, Ayurveda prioritizes the digestibility of foods. So if you struggle to fully digest and assimilate the nutrients from what you eat, then that is literally going down the toilet. So if your digestion is strong, you can experiment with using brown rice, or if you don't want to eat rice, you can experiment with quinoa, millet, or even oats. Now, for basmati rice, the best source is the aged basmati rice grown in India. Aging intensifies the natural taste, aroma, digestibility, and cooking characteristics of the rice grains, and it's the highest quality. In addition to using basmati rice for kitch-er-ee, the impossibly long-grained basmati rice is the best complement for Indian curries and dal of all sorts. Now, today, if you don't have basmati and you do have jasmine rice or another long-grained rice, just use that. Okay, ghee is another one of India's ancient healing foods. It's made by a process that clarifies butter to remove the water and milk proteins from the butter fat so that it's shelf-stable and practically lactose-free. Ghee has an extremely high smoke point, and that heavenly nutty flavor that comes from the caramelization of the milk solids in the process of making ghee is addictive. Now, when making kitch-er-ee, the spices are cooked in the ghee, releasing the spices' flavor, aroma, and medicinal properties. Now today, if you don't have ghee, you can substitute with avocado oil, coconut oil, or whatever you have. And if you're interested in purchasing ghee, check the description below for my favorite recommendations, because quality does matter when it comes to ghee. Okay, so our final and fourth ingredient in kitch-er-ee are the spices. Spices are essential for kitch-er-ee, and they're essential for a healthy diet. Spices play the role of supporting your body to digest and assimilate the nutrition from your food. Without spices, your body might feel cold, dull, heavy, or stagnant. So knowledge of how to use spices to support your individual body type is at the heart of Ayurveda and what I do as a health coach. The spices listed in this recipe are basic, common, and safe for anyone. And know that if you have a spice masala in your cupboard, like a yellow curry or a curry powder or a garam masala, just use that. Now, if you're wondering where you can buy your spices, I recommend finding a local Indian store. You're gonna get the best prices there. But if you need to buy online and you go to Amazon, I recommend Swad or Lakshmi brand. Now that our kitch-er-ee is cooked, it's time to open the lid and check it. When using the Instant Pot, you want to wait at least 15 minutes after the beeper goes off to open the lid. All right, let's see. There you go. So it's quite soupy, we could say. So 3 cups of water gives us quite a soupy kitch-er-ee. Okay, so the next thing we want to do, we want to actually hit cancel. And so we want to change the function to saute. And it says 30 minutes. It means it's going to saute for 30 minutes, but we're not going to need it for that long. What we want to pay attention to is this right here. It says normal. And what's going to happen is our kitch-er-ee is going to start bubbling. And at this point, we want to add in our salt. A little bit more than a 1/4 teaspoon for me. And we just need to bubble for a couple of minutes. And then turn the Instant Pot off. Add in the cilantro. Okay, and then the lemon. And after adding the lemon, you want to give it a taste as well. Ah, so nice. Now let's give it a taste. So it's important to taste because this is such a simple dish. You want to actually make sure that you got those simple tastes in there and elevate it enough that you're really enjoying the dish. This is so good. There's a bit of crunch coming through from the cilantro, and the spices are well cooked. Now the next thing I want to do is actually add in a vegetable topping. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make kitch-er-ee today and that you will make it yourself. Notice how it took just 5 minutes to put the ingredients into the Instant Pot. Then we set it to cook. We came back, we added some salt, added some cilantro, added some lemon, and it was done. It's that easy. If you loved learning how to make kitch-er-ee today, make sure that you subscribe and leave a comment below so that I'm encouraged to make even more videos for you. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.